Oh, shit.
You okay?
I'm struggling over here.
We'll see how long this lasts.
What's that mean?
My daughter has been painful today, and I couldn't even get her to calm down until just a few minutes ago. And she's asleep now, but she's in here with me for the moment.
Well, you can only stay as long as you need to.
We'll see how it goes.
See how long it can. She having a difficult daughter moment.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but she is like struggling today.
So, what was the theme of this thing supposed to be?
The theme is, I mean, what is going on here with this? I guess I'm like stuck here on we decided to kind of do like characters that impacted you, maybe impacted your art and your art style as a child.
As a child specifically, but characters?
I mean, yeah, I don't know, whatever. That was the idea behind it. Hello, someone saying first to smash the like button. Yes, draw stuff and
smash the like button.
oh yes, I see that. Yeah, he says theme was draw stuff that inspired you as kids.
That's kind of what I thought. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same-ish page.
Yeah. So
what does that mean you were gonna do?
So I'm doing something like a little bit. I don't know if this is really gonna be. I don't know. This was kind of the first thing that came to my mind. I'm actually drawing Woody from Toy Story. And the reason is when I was pretty young, I was probably like 5 or 6 when the first one came out. So, but I remember when Toy Story first came out and I loved it. But one thing I loved about it was it seemed so exciting what Pixar was doing.
Yeah.
With art and the art style and making it so realistic. Looking back at it now in comparison to how animation is now, it's nowhere near as good as it is now, but it looks so lifelike when I was a kid and I first saw it.
Yeah.
And I had decided at the time that I wanted to do that maybe for a living, like be a card or work in animation.
Yeah.
At Disney. And so that was something that I used to draw a lot of the characters from that movie. I was just a little kid, but I thought it was so cool simply because I thought it was so neat because I thought it looks so real to me.
That's fair. I like that. I mean, you say how you look at it now as compared to other stuff, and like these days, like you can see how it was. It's not as good as current things, but that still doesn't. Even if they made it today with that same level of animation, the story that they put with it, and then the way it was directed and the way the story was told, I would still think it would be successful today, even if it had the same animation, because they come up with such interesting characters and an interesting premise and told it so well.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's fair.
Yeah, and that's how what some of these things. That's what makes them hold up over time. Is even if the animation or the art style or the direction of anything, even if it's not as good as current standards, if you
Yeah.
tell it well, it stands the test of time. And the old animation has its own kind of charm. It's just how it is, you know.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point. What about you?
Well, I had an idea, and for some reason, I thought somebody had said, I don't know. Now that I think about this, I don't know why I had this thought in my head, but I thought there was something about like drawing yourself as the character that you were inspired by. I don't know where I got that idea from, or I thought somebody had said that, and I'm like, oh,
Oh,
you know, so I might just be out of my mind. But that aside,
so
that
you're drawing yourself as as a character?
I mean, I had that thought.
That's kind of cool, though. I hadn't even thought about doing that.
I don't know why I have that over on the Discord. People were chit chatting, and why that come to my head. I'm probably just out of my mind.
I honestly did not read them all. I'm the worst lately with that, so it could have been, and I just missed it.
I probably misread it or didn't see it. Anyway, but I'm sitting here trying to think of characters that inspired us, draw stuff that inspired us. I mean, that's what, Gaten's saying there. Draw stuff that inspired us. I'm
Yeah.
the multiple other things besides one character, like, or even if it's not characters, it's just things that inspired us. So I'm sitting here lost in thought now. So I have this idea of doing like a collage of ideas of different things that,
Dude, do whatever you want, man. Like whatever inspires you, whatever you're inspired to do, there you go.
you know,
Giovanni, hello. Did you already say that? Tyra's, there he is. Says, damn sorry, I'm late. It's okay.
we just started.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, things that inspired me when I was younger was multiple things, but it's always like visual storytelling and characters and stories. So I was thinking of just doing like a collage of sketches of different things, like quick sketches of different things that were inspiring to me.
okay. Are you already starting there?
I haven't even put a pencil on paper yet.
Oh, I can't see very well, and I got the stuff pulled up on here, but I'm also using this reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I got a snake in my boot. Dinosaur dino.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I couldn't really make out the emoji, but now that you see that, that makes perfect sense. That's funny.
Vector overlay, Joe Mad's Age of Apocalypse character designs. Inspirational.
That's true.
I had thought about drawing like more of a realistic Woody, so I don't know.
Realistic Woody.
I I've seen this one that has gone around that I really want to do a similar idea without stealing the artist's design, even though it's really perfect the way they do it. Um, but they have somebody did Woody kind of, you have like the childhood one from the movies, and then like myself at least, I grew up as a millennial. I grew up with these stories, right? And so then they have like a more realistic version of Woody as a sheriff, and he's sitting on like a either a bale of hay or a box or something, I don't know. And he's just beat up. He's got whiskey in one hand, his gun in the other. And I'm like, I really think that's a cool like depiction. I could see myself hanging something like that on the wall.
That's awesome. I like that idea. That is funny.
Yeah.
Tyra has Brunson say, Rob, draw Warblade with hook hands. Somebody watched my video that went up today. That's funny.
There you go. It
Oh,
wasn't me.
it wasn't.
I'm
I,
sorry. I saw that you uploaded it though.
yeah, like, I saw that you did one, Rob.
Uh-huh. That's almost the same.
It is almost the same. You know what sucks is I went through this whole process to in the rush for yesterday, make an entire video, recorded it, uploaded it, and then YouTube blocked it and won't let me do it. And so it was an
Why?
entire time. Well, so I don't know if you know or saw or paid attention, but Disney, which I know is not your favorite thing, they
Hold
done
on, John.
a re-release, or not a re-release, but a re like a not it's not even a remake. It's the old X-Men cartoon from the 90s,
Okay.
but they've started it up again with the same characters, as much of the original same voice cast, and literally just picking up where they left off. And that X-Men cartoon was a big deal. So I pulled up and I did like commentary to the original pilot episode of that show, and then I put a heavy filter on it, like I did the Howard the Duck one, and then I did one recently of this earlier one from the late '80s, an X-Men show, and it all went fine. But the YouTube algorithm was able to like see even through the heavy filter I put on it of what it is, and just won't let me put it up. So I even tried putting a different filter on it, still won't do it. And so because what I wanted to do is release that video on the same day as the release of the first episode of the new show, just to kind of coincide.
I see.
So just
Gotcha, huh?
but it blocked it. And so I'm like, well, that was a waste of fucking time. And why didn't it ever block them on the previous ones? But it did this one. So I was actually kind of peeved.
Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's such a popular thing right now with it having a comeback that maybe I don't know, maybe they were already having other people do that stuff. I don't know.
I think what it is that I have a theory is that I had my phone zoomed in really close onto the TV, so it took up all the screen. And so even though I put in this filter that reduced everything to black and white lines, it was able to discern easier what it is, as opposed to the other ones where it was like farther back and off center and a little bit more hazy. So maybe it was harder. So I don't know. But it was an entire video wasted.
I'm sorry.
I know, sad to be me.
That does suck.
Let's see. So Tyrese Brunson about that Warblade miniseries video that I did. It was a fun book. We need to know the ending. Yeah, I need to know the ending. Um, Mandarin Man says, "Which one are you? Which one is you right now?" Well, I'm the one on the left, if that's what you're talking about, and I'm not. I'm not the girl hand over there on the right.
With the bad nail polish because
The terrible
I
nail. I didn't want to. Oh my
I
god.
know. I need new nails.
Vector overlay talking about Pixar. There's all those early behind the scenes at Pixar shorts on the DVDs they made. It looks so awesome to work there. I've seen some of those where the behind the scenes of working at Pixar, the studio that they have. It looks so fun. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm like, oh my heck, that would be so great. And I don't even have any interest at all to do animation, but I'm kind of like, what can I be like a conceptual artist there or something like that? Can I come work at Pixar maybe?
Yeah, I used to just love watching kind of those documentaries or like behind the scenes of how the movies were made. And I thought, oh, that'd be so cool. But I wouldn't ever work for, not that they'd want me to, but ever
Yeah,
work for Disney now. But
but it's I mean it's Disney, but it's Pixar at their own studio that
right.
autonomy and kind of, but Pixar's fallen off the map in terms of quality interest. I used it like every Pixar movie used to be like, oh my God, I can't wait for this. You know,
Mhm.
now it's I don't even remember the last five. Like I don't care.
I'm trying to think too. I don't know if I remember. Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't even remember. Truthfully, myself, and I have. Well, you have. You. I know you have young kids too, but yeah, I actually cannot remember myself. What the last thing they made was. Truthfully, um, Mr. D-Man says, I can't wait for Rob to review the Ripaverse comics, and then people in the comics call him racist because he's hating on a black man's success. Gonna love those types.
Sounds fun.
You reviewing those soon?
I don't have not a damn one of them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I want to, so I can, So I might have to see if I can't track some down because it looks like it would make fun potential content.
Fair, fair. Decided to kind of do this maybe a little bit more realistic because I was talking about it. Even though this hat is going to give me so much grief and I know it. I hate drawing these types of things, but I don't know why I chose it. I made the decision, so we'll see
You
how
did.
it goes.
Yeah.
So, what do you got going on here? Okay.
Who is
Can't
that?
can't see super well to be honest with you cuz the way my phone is.
Well, like I was saying, I was since the theme is things that inspired us. I wanted to draw a couple of symbols or quick sketches or things that inspired me. So, one, in terms of comics and characters, I thought Wolverine in
I
the
say
X,
is that Wolverine, yeah.
yeah, like one of the coolest characters. Now he's been kind of overworked to death, but the basic concept of him I thought was one of the greatest characters, and I still do. So that's kind of step one as far as here's a little thing. And then the next thing I'm just again just drawing various little imagery things of certain characters, things that are inspiring or I think are just fantastic that as a child really meant a lot to me. Uh,
Mhm.
so that's this one, which should be a pretty obvious symbol once I get it finished here pretty easily.
Super girl, Superman.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of the hardest things on the planet to draw correctly is Superman's logo. Getting that thing exactly correct is not easy. And I don't you think it would be something simple.
We've had this conversation before. I've never I probably attempted to draw. I just don't remember, but
I mean, it's kind of a diamond shape and then there's an S in it.
uh-huh.
But if you don't draw the symbols right, it looks wrong and it's really fucking complicated. So drives me nuts. But yeah, the Superman symbol because and to me, Superman, the best version of it, the purest version, is just the original movie, the Christopher Reeve movie. That's Superman to me. That seemed to get the character exactly perfect, and I just think it's fantastic. So Superman, so Wolverine is terms in terms of comic book characters. Superman, another comic book character, obviously, but different company. He's very different than Wolverine on the X Men.
Mhm.
Very inspiring.
True,
Another
true.
character that's just a symbol of good and honest morality and purity and will save you. And he's just awesome. So
That
that's,
is true.
yeah. But that symbol is so hard to do.
Yeah, I think maybe it was you and John had talked about it. I can't remember, but definitely had this conversation before how that was the hardest thing to draw. Was that my daughter waking up? No.
She's, I'm gonna ruin your time, your good time, Mama.
She's like, here I am. You thought you could put me to sleep, but nope. I'm back, bitches. Like, where'd you even learn that word, hun?
Right, you're right. Oh my gosh, my baby girl.
Just kidding. I know exactly where she learned it.
Right. Let's be real.
Gosh. Having some conversations more about this Ripaverse. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, yeah, you're saying it right.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's just such a big hoopla and a lot of attention on the guy because um he's so popular, but the books are overwhelmingly thought to be pretty bad, like pretty boring.
That's fair.
So you're like, but he's made a shit ton of money, like millions of dollars. So it's kind of like, well, good for you. Let's see, it's another thing here. I was looking up reference for it. Another thing that's one of my symbolic of one of my favorite things as a kid, but it is so hard to draw right.
Mm-hmm.
There's my brother. He's like, "Oh look, he figured out how to draw the Superman symbol. Isn't that funny?" We were just talking about that. I didn't come up with it on my own, Johnny. That one I had to like hardcore have reference for because it is so hard.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like we were just having a conversation.
I thought it was John who brought it up the first time we talked about it.
It might have been. I mean, I we might be that we both think the same thing. So
That's
while
funny.
I think of it, Ms. Man, are you watching Shogun? Are you watching the show?
I am.
Because I know you were saying that you were watching the or watching you have read or were reading the book, but you are actually also watching the show.
No, I have not ever read the book.
Okay, 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 got you. But you're into,
I am just watching the show.
and one of my favorite YouTube reviewers gave it a very high recommendation, which I'm so glad to see. I'm so glad to hear. Um, I, I, my history with that is unfortunately kind of linked a little bit to some negativity in that my dad was super into the book, and then there
Oh.
was an original. I think it was like a TV miniseries that
Oh.
was several episodes long. And when they would play it on TV, he was trying to record every one. And one time, the fucking dumbass, yes, that's my dad I'm talking about, he forgot to be ready to record it. So when it came time, he grabbed the nearest cassette he could find, shoved it in the machine, and hit play, and proceeded to record over some shit that us kids had that we loved and just ruined it. And so I'm like, fuck my dad's stupid Shogun, you know, miniseries.
Wow.
Rob gets, you know, um, I will hold a grudge for a necessarily long time. But
Okay.
that being
I'm
said,
seeing this. I'm seeing this. I taking a mental note.
yeah. But the show, I love the actor that's playing Toranaga.
Oh
In
yeah.
the new show, and I understand the basic premise of the story. And I was like, God, I don't even have any connection to the book, but I hope it becomes really good. And from what I've heard about it, that they're portraying it really well. The setting, ancient Japan, and all
It
this
is
stuff.
so so good. And again, I'm the same way. I've never read the book. I know it's from a book. My husband's really funny. If he finds out the show we're watching is based on a book, he must order the book and then read the book. And then half the time he reads ahead and then ruins it for himself. But that's what he usually does. And so I only knew it was based on a book because that is what he said. But no, I've never read it or anything. I'm sure at this point, I'm sure he will, but
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
yeah, where is it on?
It's on, I'm watching it on Hulu.
Okay, I've got Hulu, so that means I can watch it. I might actually, for the first time in a long time, have a new show to go watch, and hopefully get really wrapped up into it. I need to
It's
go check it
so
out.
good. Mark Riddell says, best thing I've seen in 2024 so far.
Aw,
So,
yeah. Okay.
I
Fantastic.
mean, that is a good indicator, yes, but also kind of a bad one since there's not been anything good in 2024 so far. But no, I highly recommend it. I'm
Well, Dune 2 has been very good, even though you didn't get to finish it.
That's true. I guess I was thinking more on shows,
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
but yeah. No, I think you'll really like it.
Yeah. So I'm excited now. I'm gonna have to carve out some time to actually watch it.
Maybe when you watch it with you. I hadn't really thought that much about it, and then he was like, "We should watch this show. I heard it's really good." So
And who is that? Your husband wanted to watch it?
yeah, which he is not okay. Other thing, my husband is not a TV person. He's not a
Yeah,
movie and a
you
TV
said
person.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I 90% of the time will start a series together and I finish it by myself. He will fall asleep. He can't stay awake for stuff. It's just not interesting to him. It has to be really intriguing for him
Right.
um, to watch it. He won't watch shows that he's seen before or movies he's seen. Very few times will he do that. Like he's kind of a once I've seen it and I don't watch it again. Even like classics. So the fact that he's staying up to watch these, and I mean that also should tell you how good it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh my goodness! Did you have baby gas on air?
She little kid just fart.
She did like the biggest part too.
I'm gonna have to go back later and like turn up the volume and see if I can hear it.
Oh, there's a little bit more that just came. Wow, Sadie. Wow. Oh man. Mr. Demon says I couldn't watch it because my cable was out. I think Eric cares more about hyping himself up than making comics. Oh, wait, I think that's talking. Oh, I see. Tyra says I'm confused how people who put money down haven't gotten anything, and Eric is just MIA. And then Mr. Demon says, Rob, I just posted a new video and gave you a shout out.
Well, I'll have to go watch it. I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to check it out. I just kind of got off work and got home and had a couple things to do and blah blah blah. So I'll check it out. But thanks, brother. I'm gonna go check that out.
He doesn't care about you. That's what he's saying.
Thanks, Jess.
Just kidding. Just kidding, of course. I don't even know what this is on his.
And it was important to me to let you know, Jess, that I did get my first payment from YouTube. So that means I can actually forward you the money that Mark Domowitz sent to you for your birthday. Because I
That
better do that, or because if I get called out for that, oh, what happened? do it, Rob.
I know you sent it to me in 2 different areas too. You, like, sent me a my goodness, girl, what is going on over here? You even have a funny look, like, you don't know what's going on. Um, but yeah, you sent it to me through Instagram, and then you texted me. I'm like, "Wow, he must be pretty excited. That's awesome."
It's like, oh, look. Well, I was kind of excited. I'm like, hey, I got a few bucks. That's unheard of. It's crazy. I'm
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah, I mean, that is neat. It's super neat. Oh, I don't know if I'm liking this. I kinda just wanna move on to something else.
you're not having fun doing that drawing.
No, I don't have very good paper either.
Oh,
So I need to order new paper, and I still haven't done it. Maybe I'll do that with that money.
I was going to say, well, you got some money coming. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten any, and I can only erase so much on this because it's like a paint um, paper. And I don't know. It's just not really doing it for me here.
yeah.
Mm. How's work been?
It's been work. Not
Yeah,
super like thrilling, but it's a job. Keeps me in a house. So
that's true. It's true.
that's all that I'm concerned about.
Yeah, it's kind of the most important thing. Well, I mean, it's not the most important thing, but
It's close. How was your you went to dinner for your birthday? Was the day before yesterday?
yeah,
Got awesome looking
it was
cheese.
actually last night.
Oh, okay.
When you texted me, I was on my way home from there yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, what is this? See, like this paper is just like garbage, and I'm starting to get annoyed. Uh, so yeah, I went to. And has anybody else dealt with this before? I have never. I've never. I didn't know this was a thing. But we had a group at the restaurant we were at. We had a group, and it was. I guess they just go ahead and they tip themselves a gratitude tip if you have more than 8 or more people in your group. They just went ahead and took the tip out of your check. I never has seen that done before, and it was like 20%.
I mean, it is kind of common. I've seen that in restaurants where they're like, heads up, if you got a party of this many people or more, an automatic,
Real,
gratuity, whatever, will be applied to your, whatever, whatever. So I know that it happens. I've never gone to a big enough group
see,
that I.
that's interesting. I have never. I Of course I don't eat out that much. So I was a little bit surprised by that. And one of the reasons I'm surprised is because the service was not good and our food was cold. And so, not that I was gonna tip badly.
Well, still, you expect a certain amount of competence and quality, especially if they're going to just
Yeah.
automatically take your money.
Yeah, and my father-in-law was not excited about that at all. I tend to tip fairly well regardless because I've waited tables a lot.
Yeah.
Um, and I know what it's like when it's like I'm doing my best, but you don't always see behind the scenes like, hey, like they've got 10 other tables that they're trying to get food and stuff to too. So I usually do that, but I wherever I worked at, that was never a thing. So I was a bit surprised. Um, yeah. So someone saying says, yeah, I've seen that tip thing before. Tyrus says, yeah, Jess, I have been seeing that a lot. Mr. Demon says, I need a couple of 100 grand so I can be comfortable.
Right? Yeah, all of us.
um, Mr. Brunson says, luckily I'm a McDonald's man. That's true. Although I went through a drive through the other day and they were wanting tip there.
Like they asked for a tip at the window or something?
Yes.
Oh hell no.
Do
Sorry
you
about.
know do you know what Cup Bop is?
Yeah.
That's where I was at.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
And it was like one of their not the food truck, one of their actual places, and they asked for a tip.
Yeah, I've gone through places where they have like some places got like a little styrofoam cup on the ledge outside of their drive up window so you could drop a tip, and I'm like, who pays with cash?
That's true too. That's true. I was just a little bit surprised by that.
Yeah,
But I guess everybody's hard up right now, so
which I get, but I struggle like paying a tip through a drive through. Like you guys had to cook and hand it to me. You didn't have to wait on me.
yeah, it's like why isn't that just included in I guess it gives you the option of pay it or not pay it, but
Yeah,
Mr. Demon says, yo, Starbucks is asking for tips now. That doesn't surprise me as much, truthfully. I don't get Starbucks, but that's from what I understand, that doesn't surprise me too much that they would go that direction. Although their coffee's already like minimum $8 when you go there.
yeah. Mark Riddell is saying apparently they are talking about a $20 minimum wage in California, so get ready for a $30 burgers there. Yeah.
Gee.
I mean, let me tell you where I would never go is California anymore.
Oh, I love California, but I know what you're saying.
Well, it's not like the the land or anything like that. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I know. Oh,
It's the kind of the policies of the people in charge that make it a place I would never want to be. You know,
it's hard. And everywhere's so expensive.
and that's the thing. There's been a mass exodus of people just leaving California because it's just unsustainable, unlivable.
Well, we know. We live in Utah. That's
Right?
where they're coming. Utah, Idaho,
Uh,
Nevada. Um, where I lived last time, the amount of people that were from California that were moving into my neighborhood was I see the people joke about it online, but it was almost like I was living the meme. Like everybody was from California that were moving in to get away from California.
yeah. Someone saying like he puts in quotation marks when I said who pays with cash, and he's like raises his hand. I mean, I get it, but it's just so much easier just to hand a card over. But um, yeah,
Yeah, I never pay with cash anymore myself. Not really from a standpoint of I don't. It's just I don't carry it anymore because so many places you don't have to. I guess
yeah. I carry cash in my wallet for like emergency situations.
I probably should. Probably should. That's interesting.
There's Miss
Santa Cruz, California. I have been there.
there's Miss Courtney in the chat.
Hello. Someone saying says I have get that way about Florida. Oh, you wouldn't go to Florida. Is that what he's saying?
I guess.
They're pretty crazy out there. Never been to Florida,
Well,
but
I'll go to Florida over California any day.
dude, I don't know. There's some crazies out there. There are some crazy people in Florida. My sister loves Florida. She goes to Miami every year. She loves it. But, Florida is like for where I grew up in Indiana, that's like Utah's California. Like it's just like a little drive down and you're there in a day. So,
Yeah.
but I've got family that live in Florida, but it's funny. Good stuff or not so good stuff. I like Googling your birthday. Google the day you were born, or just your birthday, it doesn't have to be the day you're born, and then Florida man, and then see what crazy Florida. It's hilarious what crazy Florida man did on your birthday. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Fun stuff right there. Have I done that before? I absolutely have. Let's see. Is this Indiana Jones you got going on here?
Yeah.
And Darth Vader? Okay.
Yeah. All things that are like inspiring and fun and important to me. Wolverine, Superman, Darth Vader, Indiana Jones.
That's awesome. Love me some Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and Harrison Ford. It's a shame they should have just stopped at the three movies,
Yeah.
but made those fourth one and that god awful last one they did. It's like, God damn it! Can you guys stop ruining things? I guess the answer is no. They cannot stop ruining things.
They will not stop. Won't stop, can't stop.
I've never actually drawn Indiana Jones before either, so this is actually a first.
Crazy good likeness, I think. Myself. Courtney says, I don't know what STG means. There is something in water making Florida motherfuckers crazy as hell.
Yeah, it says a little bit lower. There's the thing making California's crazy is fentanyl. Like that is true. There's a horrible epidemic of that going on. That's what happens when you have an open border.
I actually knew somebody who died from fentanyl.
That's
Yep. Laced I believe it was, I can't remember exactly how it happened, so maybe I shouldn't say. Woody is missing what?
your screen went dark.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I have to try to join back up here. All right, 1 second.
Oh, she's gone. It's just me. Yeah, you're stuck with me. Oh, she wants to join up again. There you are.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. My internet's been bad, so maybe that's what it is. Oh, STGs means swear to God. I am the worst. I don't know what any of these things mean.
We're not hip
Not in the slightest.
lingo.
Legitimately say I never know. I never know. My kids will say something and can you please explain that to me?
They're like, oh my God, mom, you're so lame.
Sometimes they say that and then something, we know you're old.
Like, thanks, kids.
No girls, let's talk about sports. LOL. Mr. Brunson. I actually think I might be able to talk a little bit more about sports than you, but maybe not.
Oh, you definitely do that, as far as I'm concerned, because you're a football girl.
And basketball, but lately I've been trying to get back into watching college basketball, but I haven't caught many games. Sadly, when I was a kid and it was this time of year, our TV was constantly on through every meal, through everything, because my parents had us all watching March Madness. Shh. Sorry, she is definitely fussing.
Yeah, I can hear her. That's right.
She's not a fan of the situation. What is wrong? I don't know what's going on with you. Hopefully, she's not getting sick or something. She's been like this all day long. She's normally not. Yeah. Mr. Demon says, I used to live in Arizona. That's the only place I call a second home. I have not been to Arizona in a while. Well, I guess last year I went to Arizona. We went to Havasu. That was fun. Courtney says, Arizona gets so hot in the summer. LOL, I drove through there and it was like 120 degrees.
I can only imagine.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. I've heard it's weird because sometimes I feel like in certain areas it stays really cold there much longer than even here. But then, because we went through there in the springtime last year and there was snow still in places. But also, there's areas that just get so bloody hot. It's kind of crazy. Mr. Brunson says, I only do football when I'm with family. Other than that, I'm a true nerd. That's okay. That's fair. Nothing wrong with having two sides to you. Yo, that's my bro Woody. Says true. Mr. Demon says the Hodge twins moved from Virginia to Nevada. Something about cheaper state taxes.
I love the Hodge twins. Yeah. Got a good show for y'all. Damn good show.
Gosh, I have no idea what you're talking
You have
about.
no idea. There's a couple of these, a couple black guys um, that are they're really funny. They're conservative, but they're
Oh,
very funny, and they just kind of call out like just ridiculousness, and they're kind of like pro American values and work hard and blah blah this and blah blah that. And I like the hell out of them. I think they're funny as hell because they got a really funny sense of humor. I've been watching them for a long time.
oh, interesting. Yeah, I never heard of them that I'm aware of. I mean, I guess maybe I have. I just didn't realize it. That's cool though. That's cool. Oh, there's JD.
Yeah, Minka knows who I'm talking about. He's like, that's a good impersonation. I
That was good, Rob.
got a damn good show for y'all.
Favorite Toy Story movie? For me, it would be one or possibly three.
I think three is the best for me.
Yeah, three is good.
Yeah.
However, I have been lately, I have seen all of them quite frequently because I have a 2-year old. But that's okay. Rather that than his Cars phase. I'm not a big Cars fan.
The Pixar movie Cars.
Yeah.
I liked the first one a lot. And then the others are not. The second one's terrible. And the third one I saw once. I'm like, okay, that was fine. And then I've never bothered to even want to ever watch it again.
Yeah. Same. Same. I'm pretty much on the exact same page with you on that. on the exact same page. It is interesting when you have kids or, nephews and nieces or whatever, and you start seeing these movies that you watched so much uh, as a kid yourself or, a teenager, whichever. And it's interesting to see what's kind of withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
Um, when I was a kid, I watched a shit ton of Barney. And I don't think I know anybody who watches that show anymore, like even the
Right.
old version, which I understand. But it's just kind of interesting to see what kind of lasted and what didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute when my just like my older son come home the other day and he's like, "Daddy, can we watch Pacific Rim? Like, will you watch it with me?" I'm like,
That is cute.
"You bet your ass, son." And then we've got plans. He like actually asked, he said, "Daddy, I really think that new King Kong Godzilla movie looks good. Can you take us to it?" It's the first time he asked me to take him to a movie. It's not the first movie we've gone to, but it's the first time he said, "I really want to see this. Can we go?" I'm like, I wouldn't go on my own. Like, I'm kind of interested, sort of. But when you're my boy's like, "Daddy, will you take me to this movie?" I'm like, "Absolutely. Let's go."
That is really cute. That's awesome.
Yeah. So now he's all super excited, and he actually mistook what I said. He was with me last night. He thought I was saying that I was going to go by myself. He's like, "I thought we were going." I'm like, "No, we are. It's us. It's me and you, Bubba. I ain't going. I'm not going to go without you."
Oh, that's cute.
He makes me feel special, like I'm a daddy or something.
You are special. And that's why he's excited to go see it with you.
Right. Well, his mom ain't taking him no goddamn where. She just is not interested. She has a hard time justifying spending the money, which I get, but I'm like, and I'm not going to blow money on just anything, but it's not that expensive to go once in a while to take your kids and like do something that they will just absolutely just cherish. You know what I mean? So
And that is why you're the dad.
that's you're right.
Because that's how it is a lot of times. I mean, I'm kind of the opposite in my household where I'm like, let's go do it. Experiences to me mean more than things.
Yeah,
Not that getting your kids things isn't nice too, but I think that when it's all said and done, I feel like experiences shared is worth every penny.
I agree.
And so that's kind of how I see things. That's why I like, you know, we're big in camping. And I think that I hope one day they'll look back and remember that and think that was a lot of fun, like going up and doing all that and spending
Yeah.
time in the mountains. And Mr. J Deep says Turbo better than Cars. I just watched that movie this morning because again, I have a kid who's really into it. Um that movie is very comical. It's hilarious. Uh I know Savion Robinson. Miss or Doc McStuffins toys would beat the crap out of Andy's toys. Maybe. I don't know though. They seem real nice. Let's see, Andy would beating the crap out of Buzz Lightyear. Cool Dad's Rule. Go Rob.
Well,
Sorry, my child is being not so helpful right now.
it's all right. Don't.
Just kind of sitting here talking more than I am drawing, I feel like.
It's all right. It's all right for me. Maybe it's not all right for you, but
Derek Miller says nice art.
Well, thank you.
It does look really good. That's let's see what else you got there. I'm kind of trying to see. Oh, is that what is it? Why can't I think? Transformers.
Yes.
I'm so close. Like I've got it on the tip of my tongue here.
You better know who that is.
I know Prime, but I can't remember the first. Optimus Prime.
There you go.
Jeez, I'm brain dead these days.
Don't make me slap you.
I don't you dare. Speaking of movies, I really loved the first Transformers movie a lot.
The live
Huh?
the live action.
Yes. I haven't ever watched the other ones that you like from your childhood.
No, I actually like the first one too. It's actually legitimately kind of entertaining. It's the only one that is kind of a movie.
Yeah, I feel like the others were not good.
Oh no, they get progressively unbelievably worse.
Oh my goodness! Now you're throwing up. You are determined to make this most difficult alive, aren't you? Um, yeah, that we watched that last one with the beast. My kids and I did.
The Beast Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and my kids loved it. They
So did
loved,
my kids. Yeah.
and I thought, it was not my favorite.
Well, the Beast Wars, was a cartoon series in the '90s, and I loved it. And I'm like, oh, maybe they'll do this right. And they absolutely fucked it up and made it completely wrong. I'm like, oh, you guys are so stupid. You guys are so dumb. They built up a lot of goodwill with the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, yeah,
That one was like cute and fun and I mean cute, but it worked. I enjoyed it.
yeah,
I'm like, oh, you guys are doing something right.
yeah.
And then they just washed it all away.
As they typically do. It's kind of their MO.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Um yeah, the Bumblebee one wasn't too bad. Again, I don't even know if I watched it all the way through, but truthfully.
My kids, once they got to see it on streaming at home, would watch it over and over, especially my young one. And I'm like, so I kind of had to watch it more times than I wanted to.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
it was good. They did good on that.
That's fair. Mr. D Man says kind of like the Fast and Furious movies. They all get progressively worse. Tyron says, "Hey, don't you talk about the family, D-Man, LOL."
Oh,
Mr. D-Man says, "It's all about family." My sister and her boyfriend love those movies, but they are big car people too, and I don't know if you have to be car people to appreciate them. I don't know.
I don't think so, but helps.
Not really my thing personally.
I saw the first one, never saw the second one, never saw the third one. Or I saw parts of the third one and never saw the fourth one. Then I watched part 5 of those Fast and the Furious, and for some reason that was like a damn entertaining movie. Like it was so ridiculous and over the top.
Yeah,
But I'm like, I'm having fun and it feels like they're having fun. So I'm like, I was kind of into it.
yeah. Mark Rydell says Batman movies for the most part are pretty good, more good than bad. I agree with that.
I would agree with that.
I love the first one, the second one. I mean, even the third one I thought was good, but
Well, which like the old Michael Keaton one, or
no, 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 no. I'm talking about the newest ones with old Christian Bale.
I dig them all. They're all of those Christian Bale ones were good.
Damn it! I'm having a hard time with. Yeah, those are all good, I think. But also the older ones are interesting. I mean, they're not all. I haven't seen them as much, but I used to watch them at my grandma's house actually with my uncle. He was a big fan. Let's see here. Uh, Mr. Dimas says Vin Diesel. Yeah, yeah. And Tyree says, dude, a car versus sub was awesome. Mr. Dimas says it stopped being about street racing and became Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that's true. But how many movies can you do about street racing? And then you could argue whether they should just stop making them, but they kept making money, so of course they're going to keep going.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's all about the money. Oh my goodness. Well, you're really being difficult here. My husband yelling at my other kids.
It's like, shut up, kids.
They're really having a great time here, as you can tell. Oh boy. You can even enjoy Batman and Robin ironically, says Mark Rydell.
I mean, that was a little harder. I feel like Batman and Robin with Schwarzenegger and Clooney, like maybe you're drunk and hanging out with your homies and all sitting around laughing how stupid it is, then maybe.
What is wrong with Robin?
The Schwarzenegger Batman movie?
I mean, I definitely liked that when I was a kid.
It goes on so long and gets so tedious. It's
That's why I liked it as a kid.
so terrible. There are moments where it's like the thing is like they took a series of movies that at least started out um kind of dead serious in a way with the Michael Keaton ones. Next thing you know, it's like full on cartoon nonsense.
I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgic for me, and that's why I like it. I don't know. But I get what you're saying. Mr. Demon said, sorry, that's not the next thing. I'm just blind. Um, Mr. Brunson says, from the streets to the stars. Mr. D-Man says, even Mission Impossible is getting stale. They're up to part 8 now. I did watch the last one with my kids. I did not finish it. I think I'm like never finished the last 20 minutes of it. It wasn't great, but I didn't think it was terrible. Maybe just because I like Tom Cruise. I don't know.
I like the fact that Tom Cruise is still going out of his way to like entertain us by like I will strap myself to the outside of an airplane and let it take off with me hanging off the side of it.
Dude, he's crazy. He's crazy
Or in like
in the
Top
best
Gun,
way.
in like he's like I'm going to act like I'm going to get in the back of a jet and go flying around in real jets to give you the best entertainment that we possibly can. And I'm like, he's probably a weirdo in real life, but
Oh,
props
for
to
sure.
for like going for it.
He really does. I mean, he's like my dad's age, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Cyrus says that's because Tom Cruise needs to let it go before he dies on set.
Honestly, if he dies on set doing a stunt, good for him. I don't want him to
Died
die.
doing what he loved.
I don't want him to die, but could you imagine that'd be odd? Like he was on a rocket ship going to space, and the spaceship blew up, and so he died doing what he loved for his fans. I'm like, you know what?
And to be
What
fair, in Hollywood, how do most stars die? How do most stars die?
drug overdose?
Overdoses. I would rather be the Hollywood star that didn't die in some random hotel from an overdose. I would rather be the one that died doing some like amazing ass stunt. That you can't argue that. I mean, what's the better way to go? Depressed as hell in a hotel room doing drugs, or flying into space like Rob says.
I'm just saying. Right?
uh,
It would be sad, but like it would kind of be like, I salute you, Tom Cruise. Like
mhm.
last thing you were doing was riding a rocket ship to orbit the planet, and it blew up, and your guts rained down on L.A., which it wouldn't. 'Cause it would launch from Florida, but still, like credit to you, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel too.
As opposed to like turning into a coked out weirdo. But I don't think he doesn't seem like he's one to do drugs. He takes care of himself. He might
Yeah.
actually live to be an old man if he doesn't die on set. So
I don't know. You never know until they bring it up on the old news one day.
right.
Oh my goodness. Comedy Flu says, "Is that Michael Jackson Woody?" It is. How'd you guess? Because I tried to make like some realistic looking eyes, but still make him toy like, and it somehow turned out to be Michael Jackson looking. So, here we are. Uh, let's see here. Scientology will make you do that, says Mr. D Man. So it would seem. Mark says that reminds me of the new Crow trailer. Looks bad. Oh, we've already gone through this.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it anymore. It is not great. It does not seem great. I guess we will know one day, but I think we already know. Mr. Brunson says, "Laugh my ass off." Nice, Rob. Um, Savian Robinson, I think I'm saying that right. "I draw an awesome Ariel and Power Girl." Ooh, cool. It's pretty neat. Um, Mr. Demon says Heath Ledger. Yes. I actually was watching one of my other favorite Heath Ledger movies the other day, and I don't know how many of you all have seen this or cared to see it, but 10 Things I Hate About You, the original one.
I was gonna say I knew that's what it was gonna be.
Dude, I freaking love that movie so much.
It's pretty cute.
It's hysterical. And he's so good at it, and he's amazingly hot. It is like one of the best scenes when he shows up at that concert in those pants. I just can't. I just can't. It looks amazing. Um, Tree Triozen, draw a dinosaur smoking a cigar, eating pizza. That would be a feat.
It would be something.
Be one of these days. Comedy Flu, Fat Mel Gibson Lion-O. Or is that? I don't.
It is Lion-O up here. Got a couple things on here.
You're doing a lot here. I'm feel like I can't really.
Who can recognize this character? It's not the greatest sketch of it, but who can tell me who that is?
I'm gonna have to look up here. Hmm. It's a mouse.
It is a mouse. But what specifically?
I'm not sure. This is an old. It inspired you.
Well, things that I loved as a kid.
Fightful or whatever from
No, Mark Riddell got it.
what?
Mark Riddell got it.
Secret of
Secret of Nim.
oh,
Have you never seen that show?
I don't know that I've ever seen that. I
Oh,
I know what it is now that you said it, but I would never guess 'cause I don't think I ever watched it.
it's back when they would make kids animation, but make it kind of scary, like creepy.
Mhm.
Don Bluth as the guy in charge. It was funny and creepy. It's just the exact opposite of a fucking Disney movie, which was me just love it.
Mhm. That's cool.
Even Whitney, who's here, she just rolled in and walked by me to go into her room. Who's she's been missing from the chat because she's been working her stupid late shifts.
Yeah, we don't like those late shifts, Whitney. Get rid of them.
But yeah, that's a really good show. Secret of Nim. It's got scary moments and intense stuff, and
Hmm. Maybe I'll check it out one of these days.
someone else suggested is from American Tail, which is by the same like creative team, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, but no, it's the Secret of Nim, and then of course things that inspired me or I loved as a kid and still today. Jessica, you know what that is right there.
Hold on. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to see. The old Enterprise.
Yep.
Sorry, I have to like look in between my phone holder because I can't see it on my computer.
No, I understand. I get you.
Yeah, looks perfect. Looks just like it.
Got a whole collage of things going on here. I'm trying to think of what else like was inspiring to me as a kid growing up in the 80s because this is all great shit. Transformers, Thundercats, Superman, X-Men, Indiana Jones, Star Wars.
Is cool. All that stuff is cool that
Yeah.
I know of, and I'll just take your word for it on the other stuff. All the stuff I recognize. Well, I think I'm gonna end this particular drawing. It's not my favorite, but I didn't get better paper.
Yeah.
Tearing it up, so we're gonna be taking old Woody down. Bye, Woody. Just like in the movie. Andy, no. I'm gonna work on my kid stuff.
And D-Man says Rob never got into GI Joe. Well, there's a reason for that. Is that my mom wouldn't let me watch cartoon shows about war. I could watch Thundercats, which where they were fighting like demon monsters, and I could watch He-Man where they were fighting like demon monsters. And I could watch Transformers, which is all about robot war. But GI Joe, oh, it's about war. Nope, can't watch that. It's really stupid. So I wasn't allowed to watch it, and so I never did like get into it.
For
So
that. Now, have you brought this up to your mother before?
she don't need me to badmouth her.
She doesn't need you to.
Yeah. Like, mom, your nonsense was stupid.
She's like, but I still love you. You're like, okay, fair.
Comedy Flu says, I'd buy that MJ Woody. Well, she's selling it. She will sell it to you for a good price.
I will indeed. Message me on Instagram. I will sell you that bitch for a good price too. I'll even put some some for you.
Would you put like lipstick on and then kiss it like a signature so your lip imprint is on the drawing?
I mean, I guess someone really wanted that. I thought you were gonna say, would you put lipstick on it? Because Michael Jackson had some great lipstick shades.
Oh no, I'm going a whole other direction.
Yeah, things just got different. Mr. D-Man says, my great grandmother was super religious. Comedy Flu said, Rob, you forgot about Muppet Babies.
Muppet babies will make your dreams come true. Muppet babies, something for you.
Now we have Rob Michael Jackson
All right.
singing Muppet Babies theme song.
Of
Uh,
course, you need to charge extra for that. There you go. You'll do like a red lipstick kiss, like a little imprint on it, but there's a little bit of extra surcharge for that part of it. You know what? I'd pay it.
Fair enough.
Might hit you up for a commission, and I'm like, hey, it needs to have that thing we're talking about.
And I don't mind. I have done that, when I was a young teenage girl to my boyfriend stuff.
Oh, that makes me want to puke. It's so cute.
I know. I know. What was my problem? Jeff Hodgin says, what is your best drawing?
Yeah.
Thinking a moment. I mean, I don't know. I'd really have to think about it for myself.
Comedy flu, you nailed it really quickly. He's already determined this next one that I'm drawing on here.
Let me see. I can't see. Oh, is that from the Goonies?
Ah, you got it.
What? I can't remember the name, but
Loth, love, chunk.
yes, yes.
Can you imagine them making that movie today where there's like this giant, deformed, mentally handicapped guy locked in a prison in a basement, being
I know.
tortured by their family? Can you even imagine that?
Yeah, like I watched it to my kids, and I was kind of thinking, I'm like, man, this was kind of a scary kids movie. Like,
That's
just
why I loved it.
yeah, uh, yeah. Uh, Mike, it's funny. Michael Jackson made the Thriller video, and he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Well, his family was. I don't think
I
he
don't
could.
know how much he practiced that, if ever.
Yeah, that's.
Um, yeah, that's one place that I love vacationing. I've been there many, many times. Is the same city where they filmed the Goonies.
Astoria.
Old Astoria.
Yeah.
That's usually where I stay when we go to Washington, but then we'll stay in Astoria a lot of times. Cross the old bridge there. And when he says, "I knew what you were drawing when you were drawing the top of his head."
Right.
Comedy Flu says, "Did they make that movie again? I think they mean if they made that movie again today, we would finally get the sequel we all deserve." Don't know if it needs a sequel, does it?
I mean, part of me kind of wants to see one. I want to see sequels to all the good movies. I just want a good sequel, and it's possible to be done, but they seem to fail more often than succeed. So they'd
Yeah,
probably screw it up.
yeah, that's fair. Uh, Jeff says, "What is your favorite character from Star Wars?"
Luke
Han,
Skywalker before
Han
they
Solo.
ruined him.
Well, yeah, we don't count those though. I don't count any of those sequels or whatever they're called.
Even the prequels.
No, I count the prequels.
Okay, I was gonna say you used to argue with me, not argue with me, but I was trying to explain to you way back when we used to work together how crappy they were, and I could see I was just destroying your soul inside because you grew up with them, you loved them.
I grew up with them, yes, but arguably these ones were worse. I think than the
Oh,
end.
oh, oh yeah, the sequel trilogy is terrible.
Not a fan of those. So that is what I mean when I say this. I don't count those ones at all. Myself.
Mark Riddell says from Goonies, he's like, I had such a crush on the cheerleader in Goonies as a kid. Seriously,
I'm so
Courtney said Megamind 2 has got to be the worst sequel known to man. There's a sequel to Megamind?
I did not know that that was a thing. I had no idea.
Oh, because that's a kind of an underrated movie. I think that Megamind came out around the same time as the Minions guy. The what's that?
Oh, Despicable Me.
Yeah, and that was really successful. And so like the idea of like a villain kind of going good was kind of co-opted by that movie instead. But Megamind is great, and I didn't know there was a sequel. That's bad that there was even any kind of a sequel made, and it's like no one knows.
I didn't know that either. But yes, I love Meg. The first one.
Oh yeah.
First one was great. Uh,
She's like, it's so bad, it's dead ass has a 0% audience score. Holy shit. All
wow.
right. It
That
must have
is,
been like straight to streaming kind of thing, like not even like a theatrical release, I'm guessing.
yeah, it must be. That is crazy. What are you talking about? Did you talk about how you just threw up on me? That was nice.
Oh.
She's cute, but man, she's making it not fun sometimes today. Really getting me today.
I'm running out of space on this thing.
You had so much inspiration.
Yes, so I just had another great suggestion. I don't know where to fit them on here.
You just had another great suggestion. Is that what you said?
Yeah, there was another suggestion made in the comments there, and I'm going to do it.
Beavis and Butthead. Ugh, that was
Oh,
inspirational to you.
you what?
Did you say that was inspirational to you?
So funny.
I do not get that at all.
You're banned from my channel forever.
Mm, fine. Honestly, I'll take the ban. I am not going to admit that that is a good show.
Oh, it's so great. And they even did some like new episodes recently on Paramount Plus, and I thought they were pretty entertaining. It's the same guy in control. What's funny is they took the characters and they're the same idiots they always were, just put them in a modern setting. And so instead of reviewing videos, they're reviewing like TikTok videos.
Oh,
They're like,
God.
this sucks. Everyone's stupid. I'm like, yeah, like you're right.
That's kind of funny.
I thought it was a genius kind of like way to go.
SSJSS Gecko says, I quote Beavis and Butthead so much. Come to Butthead.
Come to Butthead.
My father in law loves Beavis and Butthead. But then he'll like tell my, he would like tell my, well, my husband when he's a kid, oh, don't watch this, it's brain rot. And the kids would go, you watch Beavis and Butthead, Dad. Like, how can you even say that? Like, good, that is good material. That is ironically hilarious.
And another genius thing that they did on the new Beavis and Butthead shows is again they're the same young kids just sitting in a modern setting, but then they also do versions of them where they're old. They're like in their 40s. And so they're just old fart losers. And they do episodes of them like that. And I'm like, that's so good. It's so funny. I just to see them be like old men. So I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Well, there you go.
And I can't decide which one of the two I like better, Beavis or Butthead, but I'm pretty sure it's Beavis because he's the psychotic one.
Oh my gosh. Can Missy, can I give a drawing request? You don't have to do it. I probably am not going to do any drawing request at this moment since with my child, I probably won't be on here a ton longer.
Yeah. I make no promises, but
But you can throw it in there. Let's see. Jeff says my favorite character is Darth Maul. All right. He's pretty cool.
Star Wars is dead to me. Who saw the new trailer for the stupid new show coming out?
I didn't see it. Do I want to even know?
Just imagine every other shit that you've seen already before, and it just sucks and is stupid.
Excuse me. What is it for?
I'm so done with Star Wars.
They're doing too much too. On top of the fact that they're doing like shitty shit, they're doing too much. It's like stop, give it a rest. You're ruining it. You've
It is
ruined it.
no, it's ruined.
You have destroyed all the magic that was Star Wars, Disney. Congratulations. You suck. You're going to hell because anybody who does that has to be going to the darkest depths of any place. I mean, I just can't. I can't anymore with it. They are the
Yeah.
worst.
Like it's made me kind of like I hear Star Wars and I'm kind of like pissed off just hearing it. I'm like, oh fuck Star Wars. I'm so sick of it. Like even Courtney here, she's like, why do they keep releasing Star Wars shows? They've been flopping so bad. Exactly. When was the last time anything was good? Like Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 kind of did pretty good. I was kind of on board with it. But then season 3 tanked hard and
Yeah.
Boba tanked hard. And you name any other Star Wars thing, it tanked hard. It's just like
The
it's
only episode worth a damn in the Book of Fett was the one that had old Grogu and Mandalorian in it. They had to do it.
yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah,
It
you're
was
right.
so
Yeah.
shitty. It was so shitty.
Yeah, it was so stupid. Like, who come up with this? Like, it's amazing that they can't get anybody with any kind of creative brains behind it, with all the money and effects and abilities that they've got, and they can't do anything good.
Well, I think it's because they think that the name is enough. They
Right.
think the name is enough, and so they're trying to just ride that wave. Well, it's over. Like you screwed it up, Disney. Give it a rest. Like you're just embarrassing yourself at this point.
Yeah. I'm so done with it. I don't have any interest in watching anything Star Wars ever again. I couldn't imagine like we were saying, it needs to be it needs to go away and they don't do anything with it for 10 years.
Yeah, they just
Make us miss it.
um Tyrese says Star Wars and Marvel are the only thing Disney has, so they have to keep beating the dead horse. True, I guess. The thing is they could just get some decent writers and write some new shit. But they're like, everything is a remake of something. Everything is like Marvel or Star Wars, or they're using some already made thing because I don't even know why. It's just laziness. It's just terrible. Um, John Norton says, "Okay, John. I don't know if this is it's the is that how it's pronounced? I thought I thought there was an S in there. Oka was good.
Oh,
Uh, Oka was he? I know that there was a one out that came out, but I don't know if that's the right spelling for it. Rebels was good. Um, I never watched that. I don't think.
yep. Not interested.
Mark said, I felt embarrassed by Boba, uh, a toothless mob boss who thought that was a good idea. Yeah. Okay. And I still don't know how exactly it's that Ahsoka or Ahsoka.
Ahsoka is
What
how
is
you.
it?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Okay. Yeah. Mm, I never watched it either, but that's why I don't even know what it's called. Like, I just didn't care. I liked Obi-Wan. And then, I see, I feel like my husband tried to watch that. Is it Andorra one? And he said it was just boring. But I mean, I haven't watched it. I didn't like the Obi-Wan one at all. Comedy flu.
Yeah,
Truthfully.
I tried
I
to watch one, and it's just another fuck up of everything. Like
they
I,
they fucked the story. They
yeah,
screwed it up. Like,
yeah.
okay, I always say this, but the one I watched a few episodes, and then when spoiler for anyone who cares about the show, um, Darth Vader, or Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi are fighting, and I'm like, no, 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 no. They talk about the last time they met, they were, have in battle. Obi-Wan said, or Darth Vader says in episode 4, last time we met, I was the apprentice, or you were the master and I was the apprentice. Now I'm the master. Something to that extent.
Yeah,
And so it just completely screwed the whole story up. Like, this never happened. It's just a complete side thing they're just making up.
yeah.
Mr. Demon says, I don't watch none of that crap.
Yep.
Mr. Brunson says, well, they are pushing AI to write and create, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying to me. I love Star Wars, obviously. Like, I didn't I got into it a lot when I was a kid and a young teenager. I was very obsessed with Star Wars, and a lot of it was though the prequels that came out. But I really liked the original trilogy. That's the first thing I saw, of course. But I don't know. It's just so disheartening.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Mark says, "Oh yeah, Obi throws a lot of stuff into question about established lore. I forgot about that. Yeah, see, that's my issue with it. It's fan fiction quality, right?
Yeah,
I just don't see the need for it, and I feel like let's just get some good writing. Let's take a couple years. Let's put together something really good. Make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, and that it all meshes up well. Get good actors, get a good script going, and a good story, and then put it out instead of just throwing these shows out every other month. It feels like there's a new one." Corny says, I just enjoy old Disney movies. Same.
yeah. There's a lot of good old stuff, like Mark Riddell says. There's a lot of old Disney stuff that I love. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Daniel Goodwin, what's up? What's up?
John says, you are wrong.
Yeah, no, that's not true at all. But that's all right.
No, boy. Um, oh, Mr. Brunson says, gotta bounce, guys. See y'all in the next chat. Bye. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Always fun. John wants to fight Rob. Mr. Dean says.
John, you wouldn't last 2 seconds.
Ooh.
I would never, ever, ever fight my brothers unless it was for money.
Or what about pride? Or your good name, sir?
I don't have a good name, so
You kind of have a good name.
do I? Okay.
I mean, kind of. You have a name for yourself. What if that was put into question by something John said? What if he was like, Rob has the worst YouTube channel out there?
I'd be like, yeah, probably.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
What if John said, whoops, Dune was the worst movie ever made?
Oh, we're gonna fight.
I knew it. I knew there was
Yeah.
something to make you fight. Um,
Wiley J asks, "How's the carnivore diet going?" It's going. It's I'm still on it. I'm not 100%. What do you want to say? Like I'm like 95% there, but it's worth it so far, and I'm gonna keep going. And I'm hopeful, Mr. Wiley J. I definitely like not eating all the other crap, though. I gotta say, it does get boring
I'm sure.
because
I'm
sometimes
sure.
I want like big old Del Taco or something like that. I'm like, oh god, I can't. I gotta go eat some more ground
Wait,
beef
what's
and
the Del Taco menu option that you choose from? What's your favorite thing at Del Taco?
honestly, just their basic crunchy snack tacos. They're like a buck or less. They're very cheap. It's just the basic shell, meat, cheese, and lettuce. And I'll get like 5 or 6 of them because you can eat them in like 2 bites. Crunch, crunch, done.
Oh, I know exactly what those are. I
Yeah,
get them. They are delicious.
yeah.
Then those classic chicken, their classic chicken wraps are really good. But yeah, those are the best. My kids get them too.
The roommate says, Rob, what about the ROUSs? You know what that's from, right? Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. That is a great show right there.
What show is that?
You don't know The Princess Bride?
Oh yes, yes, I do know the Princess Bride. I didn't recall that moment, but now I can see the whole scene clear as day.
Right? Oh, that's a great show. Have you heard like the potential, like not that anyone's ever actively trying to do it, but the suggestion for the best possible remake of that movie, which is actually sounds awesome, is that they
Mm-mm.
remake it with Muppets.
Oh no, no, no.
No, no, shut up. And then you have the actor who plays Wesley, I can't think of his name, but have him be the grandpa that's reading the story to not Kermit the Frog because he's the man in black, but the other frog kid in the Muppet lore. I can't remember his name, but he'd be the one who's sick, and so it's that actor. Sorry, I never tell you to shut up, but
Oh no,
I
no. I'm laughing over here. Um, that I mean, I would I watch it? Absolutely. Would it be the best remake possible? Actually, probably, since I wouldn't want to remake it all. So I'd just rather
right.
be so different that it was Muppets. So yeah, okay,
That,
fair enough.
that's the thing. We don't want to see it redone because they'll never make that movie any better. It's
No,
flawless. It's done.
it
But
is
having the
flawless.
Muppets like Miss Piggy be, Buttercup and Kermit, and
He's
I think
most
Gonzo is Inigo
like
Montoya.
yeah.
Uh, I think that would be great.
Um, I gotta go. See you guys. Bye, Courtney. Oh no! Oh my goodness. I might have to let you go. I have been thrown up on about 4 times now.
Oh,
I think she might be sick.
yeah. Well, that's understandable.
This is getting kind of outlandish here.
Like I can only be puked on so many times before I'm just done trying to draw on a live stream, Rob.
I know I haven't been able to sit and do anything. It's been fun though talking,
All
but
right. I get it. And you did say it's gonna be rough, your little girl, so that's all right.
Yeah, she's been like this all day, and now I'm thinking she's had an upset tummy the whole day. She says, "I blame you, Mom. What did you eat?"
There's Chuck, just in time for Jessica to take off.
Sorry, Chuck. I'm still waiting on those pictures, though.
Right?
We can talk once you find them.
Long-haired guitar having Chuck Gibson. That's great. Oh, that's so funny.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to have to go give her a bath, maybe myself a
Just
shower. Well,
say you've been puked on. What'd you say, like 4 times now?
4 times. Well, and as I was saying that, she was throwing up more. So
Uh,
lovely stuff. But this has been fun. Hopefully by
yeah.
Saturday night, it'll be. I'll just not even have her in here. I love you, but you can go spend time with other people. Huh.
But
Anyway, all right.
I can
Bye.
for a little bit longer. So if anyone's staying on, but
Well,
geez, smack your phone there, kid.
I didn't. I tried to pull it off, but I'm holding her.
Uh,
Oh, wait, is that ET you're drawing?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. If you didn't have old Butthead on there or Beavis, whichever one that is,
You
I
know
would
what?
offer to from you.
You know what? I'm just going to excuse you from this live stream now. You can go, and I hope you get puked on one more time.
Damn.
You
All I
know,
said one little thing. Jeez. All right. Well, bye guys.
poor girl getting puked on by her little kid. But yeah, the whole theme was like draw things that were inspiring to us as kids. At least that's my kind of take on it. So what I got? I got Wolverine because X-Men were there. I got Thundercats, Superman, Indiana Jones, the mouse from Secret of Nim, E.T., Optimus Prime, Darth Vader when Star Wars was cool, and Beavis and Butthead. I'm trying to think of other stuff that fits. I might have to Princess Bride shit needs to be thrown in there because that's good too. But I am running out of space. Oh, and the Enterprise, speaking of space. You know what? Ninja Turtles are a fair one, though the only version of the Turtles I care about is the original live action movie. Uh, I liked the cartoon, but yeah, the version that I kind of connect most with is yeah, the original live action movie. Princess Bride was 80s. Yeah, did I don't know if I said that wrong, but yeah, it's just stuff from childhood for me that was inspiring to me. And so as a child of the 80s and like a teenager of the 90s, um let's see if I can't squeeze a turtle head in here. But that original Turtles movie, like I always identified with Raphael because he was like the angry, misunderstood kid, and that's how I felt like I was. And I was like angry on the inside. No one understood me. That was so dramatic. But yeah, that original movie was really good. And now I got the Turtles theme running through my head, and I'm struggling to not sing it on camera because no one wants to hear it. There, Ninja Turtle. Could be any one of them. God, now that I'm on here by myself, I feel obligated to be entertaining, and I don't know how. Mr. Chuck, those pages look amazing, sir. I keep looking at those recent ones you sent me, and I'm like, oh my God. So cool. Yeah, D Man, honestly, that's who I always had in mind when I'm drawing this one because he's pissed. You don't see the other turtles looking this angry. Are the dudes from the Contra video game in there? You mean Schwarzenegger and Stallone, basically? Isn't that who they reference those? Is that the guys on the cover of that old game? Yeah, I played the hell out of that original Nintendo. We all know the code. Wiley J say now that there is no monoculture, I don't think there will ever be a phenomenon like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or GI Joe again. That's a good point. I don't know. What was the last like major cultural thing? I mean, Walking Dead took everything by storm. That's been a minute. Falcor, that is true. I don't know where I'd fit in the Luck Dragon on this thing. Good lord. Yeah, someone says the cover art ripped stills from Predator. Yeah, like the main character was like Schwarzenegger in Predator, and then I think the other one. No, the other one was. No, I'm thinking of. Um, that other game. Sorry, my brain can't freaking. There was another game that took like an image. I think it was like of Michael Bean from Terminator, like Kyle Reese. Jeez. Um, what's his name in Terminator? What the hell? Reese, whatever. But anyway, wasn't there another video game that took an image of the guy from Terminator and did like another ripped off still for the cover art to that game too? Metal Gear. That's what I was trying to come up with. Yeah, I never played that game, but I obviously am aware of its popularity. But yeah, Kylo Reese, Johnny Ringo. That's a good movie. Yeah, someone said I think Metal Gear's what. Yeah, that's what I had. I can see it, but I can't. I couldn't remember the name. What is my opinion on Halo? I never had an Xbox, so I played it occasionally with my brothers, and it was fun, but I never got into it. But I understand, like I saw the appeal of the game, but because I never had Xbox, so I never really got to play it at length. I had a roommate that had PlayStation, so I heard the live action show sucks shit. Yeah, you looked them up. Someone saying, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. I should get Chuck to ink this. All right. I'll just send it right over to him. Like, all right, throw down on all these things. I'm sure he'd be thrilled to do that. Oh, I need more space. Where can I fit? I'm going to try and fit a luck dragon in here. Because that never ending story, that's a movie that scared the shit out of me as a kid. Yeah, I'm not going to fit this in here very well at all. This is already a failure. Yeah, the horse scene, right? As a kid, you're like, they're not going to drown this horse in a swamp of sadness with the kids screaming for it to keep trying and don't let the sadness take you. And holy shit, they're not going to do that. That would be it. That would be traumatic. And then, yeah, they did exactly that. It just cuts to the scene of the kid like sitting there in like the puddle of mud that was his horse. But then he trains it up for a dragon dog so that could fly. So honestly, good upgrade. Yeah, that's the worst drawing of a luck dragon ever seen. But I don't have much room in here. Giant turtle talk like Gollum. It doesn't matter. We started talking to ourselves. But it doesn't matter. It's 10,000 miles away. The kid's like, that's so far. He's like, that's right. Forget it. All right. Well, I squeezed a luck dragon in there. Sort of. Could be anything. collection of what used to be awesome shit. Some of it is still awesome. Lion-O, Turtles, Superman, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, E.T., Optimus Prime, Beavis and Butthead, the poor physically and mentally handicapped, abused man from a child show. Where is Jessica Rabbit? I don't have any female creatures on here, do I? Jessica Rabbit would take up too much room drawing them titties on here, which gives me all the reason in the world to want to do it. It would take up like at least half the page to get them bosoms in here. D-Man's running. D-Man's running away. No more. No more moderators on my channel. Oh well. The Thundar cartoon. I don't think I ever got to see it. I was aware of it, but I don't think I ever got to see it. And Daniel Goodwin, you got your new book ready to go, right? I saw you post that up. Book 5, right? There's a man pumping out work. Like, respect to that. Ugh, a gargoyle. That'd be such a pain in the ass to fit in here. The Sun Sword lightsaber ruled. Yeah, I don't want to start a new page. It's kind of fun to try and squeeze everything onto this one, but now I've probably squeezed in everything that's possible. Yeah, there's no more room. Let's try to squeeze one more thing in here. And then we're about the 2 hour mark. Once I get this on here, I might need to go think about getting dinner. But the Gargoyles cartoon is badass. There we go. Sort of fitting a gargoyle girl on here. I might need to check it out, Dan. Of course, if it's not one of the things I grew up with, I'm sure I'd be like, okay, that's cute. Okay, now I'm done. Yeah, I agree with that totally, Mark. You can look overlook flaws of things you have connections to. 100%. That's why I said sometimes it makes me. It's hard to be objective sometimes about shit that I grew up with. I'm like, I don't care if it's technically terrible. I still love it, and I'm fine with loving it. Hence the reason I love Howard the Duck, and I will fight anybody who tells me otherwise. There, I snuck Demona in from Gargoyles. Well, that might be it for me too. Shit, just dropped my pencil into my garbage can. Son of a bitch. Hit the 2 hour mark, and that's good enough for now. Yeah, it was actually kind of fun, Mark. I didn't actually have a plan to do anything based on the challenge that we set up over on the Discord channel. Um, but after discussing it when we started, I'm going to start throwing down all the things I loved as a child, things that inspired me. And this would actually be fun to actually go back in ink and kind of finish it up and make it a finished drawing. Maybe. But yeah, I think that'll be it for me for now. I'm going to bag it. I got to record a video for tomorrow. I got to get something up for the channel. And I got to get dinner. And I got to do some inking on my own pages, which I could see myself actually turning on another random live stream tonight just to talk as I ink on these things. But as far as this one, it'll wrap up right now. So anyway, thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all. Oh yeah, there's a full shot of the whole thing. Let's get the whole thing in there. There you go. Huh. It's actually kind of fun. Okay. Thanks everybody.